Let me know when you are able to see my screen. So are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Let me start the sections. So welcome to CG for all. Agenda of the day is JavaScript. So we are going to discuss about the what is the function in JavaScript as well as identifiers, how to define an identifier. So let's keep the agenda in mind and let's start the today journey. So first thing, so what is the JavaScript variable and identifier? Okay. So variable, like what is variable? Variable are the container to store the data. Any programming language. So let us consider I have tell you, so give me the 10 rupees. So we are talking like we are giving the 10 rupees. Same way, how can JavaScript understand this variable? So they have to store in some value somewhere, right? Suppose we have a wallet, right? Wallet, what we have to do, we have to put the money in there. Same way, something required to store this value. So that storing thing is called the variables. Okay, any programming language. Same way, we have a JavaScript also. So in the JavaScript, we're defining any variable by var, let, constants. Okay. Now, second thing is identifier. The JavaScript variable, like so we have to understand what is variable. Now we have an identifier. So JavaScript variable must be identified with a unique name. So that unique name is called the identifier. Okay. So now, so what are the rule for to defining any identifier? So basically in every programming language, so kind of a namkaran. So how to put the rule for the identifier for the JavaScript? Name contains letter. This contain any letter, digits, underscore, and dollar signs. So name must be begin with a letter. Names can begin with a dollar underscore. Names can be case sensitive. I reserve, but we cannot use because they have the specific meaning for that. Okay. Let's understand this with an example. Okay. Now, so we are defining a variable. So inside, so we are using the explicitly writing the JavaScript code. So we have a variable. So we are taking an x. What is x and what is 5? Tell me. What is x and what is 5?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
what is x and what is 5?
X variable and 5 identifier.
Correct. So x, so we are identifier and variable. So we understand clearly. So same way in every programming language we have stored that. So what we read here, what we understand. 1 second. So variable are the container to store the values. Okay. So we are, this is the x is a variable, correct? And this is a value. Okay. So same way we have to defining that. So we understand now. So we are x is equal to 5. So this is called as one statement also. So kind of a we have a statements. So when we defining the function or a method, so line by line, what the operation is going on, that is called an statements. So we are x is equal to 5, we are y equal to 6, z is equal to x plus y. So value of z is 11. So kind of let's run this program and we'll see. And second thing also, we know how to comment a line in JavaScript. How to comment? So this start curly brackets and this is the way to comment cell whole the paragraph. If we want to comment means double bracket, we can comment like this also. I will show you. You want to comment, we can comment like this. Okay. So there is a two way to comment the JavaScript. Okay. So let's run this program and let's see what is the output. This should be 11. So Z value is 11. So already we know the document.write, how to use the document.write. So what the value is basically a dynamic value we can call, but we are taking the static value here itself. But in general, the value might be come from the backend, Java code or .NET Core or third party library. We have to integrate and we will print the value. Okay, hope it's clear. So variable and identifier, we can understand that. Now go to the next section. Next section is function. So how can define any function in JavaScript? Every programming language, either we have a function or a method. So how to define a function? we should explicitly use the word of a function, then name of the function. What is the function we have? And then we have to pass the parameter. And then inside that we have a lines of statements of a function. So if this is the definition of any function, so we can define the function like this. But when this function should be invoked, when we call from third party or somewhere else. So suppose anyone name is Bijayant. So how Bijayant will come when we call hi Bijayant, then he will tell hi hello. So same way, if we call this function name of a function, then it should be invoke the function and it should be execute and give the output. Clear? So this is the skeleton of a function. So or syntax of a function or definition of a function. How to invoke that? Let's understand how can we write a predefined function or explicitly own function. Okay. So first we have to see the how can we define predefined function or how to reuse the predefined function. First is confirm function. So let me open the example directly and there we will discuss. So that's easy. Confirm. Now, okay. So already we have know the HTML, right? So inside the body, what I am going to do? So I have created on HTML elements. So how to create a HTML elements we know. So inside the HTML elements, what we are defining, we are taking a name, we are taking an ID and type. So type is a button type, value is delete I am taking, and we are defining on click. Till here we are already aware of that. Name, ID, button. So type. So now I am defining on click on that kind of event. On click we are defining one function. So basically already we defined, we are invoking from here. So when we call that click on this delete, it should be called this. Okay. So this is the way to call the function, invoke the function. How to define? Already we have discussed. First, we have to keep the function name of the function. So this is our method. Explicitly, we are defining the function. So what is the function? Call del. So inside that, we are writing the code of a JavaScript. What is our require? First, we understand what we are doing. Then again, we have come to the code. Let's run this program. And we have to store this file with an HTML extension. So go to file and save control s confirmed on HTML or whatever the file name you want to give, you have to give. So naming convention is also matter. So let's run this program and then we will see. Then again I will confirm. So what we are doing, so just generally when we are going to delete any record, anything, so directly we are not allowing user to delete that, because sometimes by default or by mistake if usually delete that, so some record will go. Again we have to insert or talk to the application level, so insert the value. So that's why what we are, as per the user perspective, when we click on the delete, in every user you can see that they will ask, do you want to delete this record? This is general function we day-to-day practice we are using, or when we are writing the code, you should know directly we are not deleting any functionality or deleting any row. What we are suggesting, first they should ask to the user, do you want to delete this record? If click OK, then it should be deleting. Okay. So same things we have to achieve that. How to achieve? So first things, I have created on button. So best click on the button, on click function we are doing. Inside the on click, we are confirming to the user. So do you want to delete? If they are clicking OK, then we are deleting this record or the call go to the database. From there is to deleting. Now let's understand the code. Now, so when we call this call del, so when the call del will call, when we click on this function, so first thing question what we are doing the confirm. Confirm is a predefined function. So they should ask, do you want to delete this record? So yes or no. It should giving the Boolean value. So this value returns true or false. Okay. If we print now, let's run one now. So here, do you want to delete OK or console? This is the predefined function of a confirm. Cancel means it should not deleted. EB means true or basically is giving the true or false. So again let me click. So clicking on OK, clicking on OK and cancel. So VAR means is giving the value. If is true, then is go inside that if block. So same way other programming language, we have a if block, else block. So that we also we will see. So if means if when you're giving the true, it should be alert. Means basically here we are going call to the Java layer or .NET layer or Python layer, what the backend coding we are doing. So if it's true, we are allow user to delete the record. If not true, then it should be not delete. Okay, clear? So in this example, we should understand how to write the on click, how to define a function, how to write a function explicitly, and inside the function, how to use the predefined function. So this is the day-to-day life, or who is writing the code, we are using confirm. So this is a very frequently used the example. Now let's go to the next example. Confirm is done. Next, disable. So disable is basically how to disable anything, right? So let's me open this with an example. So likewise, many function predefined function here we have in the JavaScript. So if you understand 3 or 4 or 5, then you can practice, and based on your requirement, you can achieve that. Let's understand the disable. So let me open here in the example. So copy product. When we are clicking on copy product, so this save button is disabled, right? You're able to see, correct, Raju and Vijayant?
Yes, I'm.
Yeah. Okay. So what we are trying to achieve here. So generally what happening, suppose we are doing an operation, click on one button, other should not work. What happening when click on copy product? So already what the product we have, we are inserting in the other database. So that time do not allow to save, because then two operation happening properly parallelly. So that we don't want. So what we are doing generally, when click on the copy product, so that time we have not allow user to save the things. So that part we have to achieve from the JavaScript. How to achieve? Let's understand with an example. So now, so what we have to do? First thing, we needed two button. One is save button, one is copy product. Correct? So save button, same thing. We know the how to create an HTML element. We are created HTML elements. So name is equal to save, ID is equal to save, button is type is equal to button, and value is save. Correct? So same way we have to creating a copy product. So when someone is going to copy the product, what we have to, we are requirement we have to achieve, we have to disable the save. So when click on the copy click, so value is copy product. When someone clicking on copy product, it should be called this function, right? So what we are doing, we have to disable the save. So till now we haven't seen this document.getElementID, but this is the most common method using in the JavaScript. So till now we have no right, and now we are seeing document.getElementID. So now, so what we are doing in general, we are using with the ID. So what we have to do, we when we click on this save copy product, we are calling the disable. Inside that, what is our requirement? This tab is disable. So we have to assign this value to disable. So we have to disable true, means this is disabled. So we are assigning this to disabled. How to assign? Means assigning the value from right to left. So true is assigned to this value. How to assign that? Document.getID of this ID. We are passing the ID of this dot disable. So this should be disabled. So same, that's why what is happening? We press this. So when we clicking on this, is to taking the ID of the save and assigning to true. Disable true means it should be disable. So this is the common requirement we have to do in our product requirement or any website. So that's why we explain in the same way. So hope you understand what is the variable, what is identifier, and what is function, basics of the functions. So we are on the social media also, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that. Please subscribe our channel. And if you have any doubt, please drop a mail to help.cgforall@gmail.com. Thanks for your section. Thank you so much. Let me stop the recording, and if you have any doubt, we will discuss.